And here comes a man who has achieved that before. He did it back in 2023 on home soil, in fact, in Tashkent. He is a two-time Olympic champion, Rio and Paris, an Asian gold medalist on 3 occasions, Asian Games gold medalist. He is one of the greatest to do it over the last decade or so. His wins have come against Samet Dumus of Turkey and Meroj Suvijonov yesterday in the quarterfinals.
Comes into the blue corner representing Armenia, Rudolf Garboyan.
And Rudolf Garboyan, 23 years old, from Armenia, an under-23 gold medalist last year, wins against Armenio Dosreis and Medjas Giorgis of Cuba. Unanimous decision, but a tight fight, I thought. And this is in that category we talked about earlier, isn't it?
Gentlemen, your judges for this contest come to you from Palestine,
against someone like Hasanboy,
Italy,
just trying to check him out. You've got to start positively.
Latvia and
absolutely,
Egypt.
and he is an iconic figure. Even down at 51 kilogram flyweight, the 32-year-old, often one of the shorter boxers, and he uses that as an asset just to tuck up incredibly tightly. And as you explained during that testimony, as he walked towards the boxing ring, he has won every single thing that there is to offer. After that World Championship triumph in Tashkent on home soil, I was there to commentate on that. The one thing that was missing was the Asian Games, and he went to Hangzhou and he got it done to qualify for the Olympic Games last summer, where he duly topped the rostrum once again to take his second Olympic title.
Okay, so here we go.
Round one.
Semi-final number 1 in the flyweight division. Hasanboy DUSMATOV in the red, representing Uzbekistan. Rudolf Garboyan of Armenia in the blue. So we've got two southpaws here. In terms of their dimensions, they're a bit different. Garboyan, tall, quite lean, stands up, not completely straight, but quite straight. DUSMATOV, you were talking about this actually in the first session. He's got this ability to just hinge forward at the waist slightly, tuck up with that guard and move in, seemingly very difficult to hit because he manages to protect his head and his torso in that kind of shell, and then he'll snap out of it nice and quick and either go up to the head or he'll just dip in there like he did with a lead hand to the body. And he's always nice and busy early on, so if you're thinking you might just try and feel your way in, that's no good, because you'll end up losing that first round. And in this 3-round format, if you do that, you put yourself behind the 8 ball really, really early on. So let's see what Garboyan can do here. Carries his own lead hand pretty low, and he's got to be a little bit busier in these early stages because he is all business, DUSMATOV. Smartly kind of walking around his opponent, looking for that angle, and again just in he comes, kind of ghosts in, lands that jab to the body. The guard is so effective. It's not that you can't hit him, you can, he's just reached in with the jab there, but you can't hit him clean. That's the problem. Left hand there from DUSMATOV. He did fade a bit though towards the end of his 3rd round yesterday, which was quite interesting. Garboyan has got to try and keep the heat high if he can, but he's playing second fiddle in this opening round so far with just a minute remaining in it. Jab to the body again. It's so simple what he does when you watch it from the outside. And all of these fighters, they will have watched him for years. They'll have watched him growing up, which probably doesn't help when you get into the ring with him, but they will feel like they know what he's going to do. But once they find themselves in there, finding a solution to it is very difficult. The jab to the body again. Garboyan just let his hands go there, but I don't think anything really landed. Again, there's the rapid combination up top, and he'll feel the confidence there of having something on the end of his fist. But the problem is that it's generally glove. Scoring punches have to be landed on the target area, the torso or the frontal side of the head, with the knuckle part of the glove. Final stages of round 1, and that's almost what we were talking about, isn't it?
As we've mentioned, he's invariably the more compact boxer at 51 kilogram flyweight, but his control of distance is absolutely extraordinary, and he does it based on an incredible ability to close the gap and get away before the counters can come in his direction. Terrific fast twitch fibers, and there's an example of it. In landing 4 shots, maybe got grazed with one, out of that shell, lead right hook, and he's gone again. And as you said, his opponents, including Garboyan, would have grown up watching and trying to emulate this guy, but that is the hallmark of a great boxer, when you know what he's going to do and you still can't do anything to prevent him from doing it. That's what unfolded over the course of the first round. Very important for Garboyan and his corner to come up with some type of adaptive strategy that they seek to implement in the second round.
Because he swept it 10-9 on the scorecards there, DUSMATOV. And speaking of hallmarks, another one for an athlete in any field really is you look like you've got time. It's not like he's rushing in. It's just smart, economical, crisp movements. And in and out he goes, just like he did there. You know it's coming, you know he's going to do it, but then just when you're maybe thinking about dropping those elbows a bit for the body, he just whips one up over the top. He's going up and down, up and down. Didn't quite reach there, Garboyan managed to take his feet out. Just creeping in there again. Jab to the body. For the combination to the head, it didn't really land. He didn't let it go with any great power there. A minute into round 2. Now looking for the left hand over the top. Garboyan trying to move in behind the double jab. Again, that right hand just taken on the glove. The defence is difficult to penetrate. And that little lunge, but he never comes over the top of that front foot. The feet are always underneath him. They go where he goes. The back foot follows the front foot and vice versa. The same distance between almost all of the time. There's that right hand, it just snaps out like a rattlesnake when he's mid-combination there, Garboyan. It finds the gap and he's landed, and then he goes down to the body and back up to the head. It is kind of mesmerising to watch, to be honest. He's going around in that circle, moving one way, then the other, and he's just got his opponent under his spell. Left hand up over the top of that guard again, as he was trying to let his own hands go, Garboyan. Heading into the final 30 seconds of round 2, and this is another DUSMATOV round which has been won with precision and economy, and that's the thing about him really, is everything is done without wasting any energy. You give him the slightest opening and he's able to take it. And he's sticking at it, Garboyan, here, but honestly, I don't really know what he could do about this.
It was interesting. I was going to suggest that I didn't really see much of a change in Garboyan over the course of those first 2 minutes. And then just as I was thinking that, he tried to get onto the front foot, had a success, and what came over? A counter hook. And that's got to make you very reluctant to throw. I was hoping to see him come out, try and force the pace, but this man, it was a beguiling round of boxing because he's controlling the range, he's controlling the distance, and when Garboyan, to his credit, did try to, and he did have some success, in the middle of it, a reminder of a hook came over and just cuffed him right there on cue. The lead right hook out of the southpaw stance, and that has got to be a very dispiriting, especially when he's bringing that gum shield at you contemptuously, as if to say, don't try that, young fella, because this is what's coming back. Second round in the book, second clean sweep of the card for DUSMATOV, and he looks as though he could maintain this pace for 15 rounds if necessary.
He does. Third and final round coming up. He's 2 points clear with all 5 of the judges. we were filling in everybody on that absolutely illustrious career. He turned professional in 2018 after winning the World Championships in 2017, the year before. And he did concentrate solely on professional boxing for a spell. It didn't really go too far. Then in 2021, post-Olympics, he didn't go to the Olympics in Tokyo. Post-Olympics, he came back for the World Championships. And if ever there was a brief window where there was a good time to fight him, that was it, wasn't it?
Absolutely. And the man we saw earlier on, Sakam Bibasinov, benefited exactly that way in the Belgrade Arena at the World Champs in 21, where we were.
He absolutely did. There was no seeding, so those two drew each other. It was a terrific competition now. Left hand into the body from DUSMATOV, and he's trying to get more done here, Garboyan. Maybe looking to get a little bit closer and see if he could go to the body. A minute into this third round. I wonder if he regrets that foray into the pros. I'm sure he does now, because it didn't really work out, and there's a good chance he would have won another Olympic gold medal.
That was you read my mind exactly, because he would have joined Laszlo Patsy, Filio Stevenson, Felix Savon as a three-time Olympic champion, possibly. Of course, we don't know how it would have worked out, but he would have been a strong favourite had he been able to secure that Uzbek vest for Tokyo 2020.
LA's 3 years away, but, well, 2.5 now, really. You still wouldn't rule that out, would you? It's going to take somebody who comes along with terrific skills and that really kind of youthful sharpness.
But you
and
can bet
some
that
composure.
There's a bunch of guys in Uzbekistan waiting to grab that spot from him.
Yes, I'd have thought so. You look at the turnover on that team, even since the Olympics, and the new fighters we've got coming through, it's incredible, really. You've got no time to rest on any laurels, and that's why it's impressive that he's at 32, still just going as strong as he's always been. Garboyan just trying to chop down with that left hand. Final stages here of what has been an enjoyable fight to watch, because DUSMATOV is always a very enjoyable fighter to watch. It's not fireworks, but if you appreciate the finer points of the noble art, then this guy is for you, because he does so little wrong. You can watch him fight, and I would challenge people to point out any obvious errors, because I just don't think in any typical contest that you see him in that he really makes any. Of course, you're going to get caught with a punch every now and again, as he did there. You know, you're walking around, you're going to get wet and all of that, but coming over the top of the front foot, the back foot, coming round, standing square, standing tall, it just doesn't happen, does it?
3 rounds of rinse and repeat for Hasanboy DUSMATOV. A very efficient display indeed, almost as though he was boxing with one eye on the final, making it back-to-back gold medal bouts now. Because this man, credit to him, he really did give it a go. It's not as though he could go and just swing with naked aggression, because he would have been countered, just as he was when he was trying to pick his punches. But he really did try to implement the corner's tactics, Rudolf Garboyan, but still razor sharp at 32 years of age. Speed and reflex are often the things that go first, and when you're in the lighter weights in particular, oftentimes this is around the age where that thing you can't get back. The late great Eddie Futch said, reflexes and speed, they're like elastic in your socks. Once they've gone, it's gone. But he's showing no sign
contest by unanimous decision and moving into the finals in the red corner, representing Uzbekistan, Hasanboy DUSMATOV.
Well, 3 of the judges actually went Garboyan's way in that final round. I think they're rewarding him for the effort that he put in. I still felt that was probably a DUSMATOV round. And just to your point there about fighters like DUSMATOV and that kind of approach where you feel like you know what they're going to do and you have to try and stop them. It always makes me laugh when people have talked about, say, Mayweather or Usyk in the pros, or someone like him, and all these geniuses come out and say, well, the way to beat them is you need to get on top of them and rough them up and make them uncomfortable.